home of the three-piece combos, Pugilism Company. This is Reed, BBS, Blackbird Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. This weekend, Saturday the 22nd, we have Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Povetkin. Joshua 21-0, 20 KOs. Povetkin 34-1, 24 KOs. From Wembley Stadium in London, England. Wembley Stadium, London, England. It's going to be on DAZN. That'll be broadcasting at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. I live in Dallas, so I'm going CST, Central Standard Time, 4 p.m. on DAZN. DAZN is $9.99 a month. You can cancel at any time. And as I speak, I'm still a subscriber of ESPN Plus also. Now, a con man will tell you there's a sucker born every minute. And there's a fine line between being a sucker and a boxing fan, it seems. Long story short, though, I'm subscribing. I'm going to order this. And I want to see the fight. And it'll remain to be seen if I cancel. Only time will tell if I keep it or cancel it. Who knows? As I wrote my pre-fight article on Pugilism Company, that's PUGILISMCO.com. As I wrote my pre-fight article on the site, every fight is a big fight for Anthony Joshua. Every single one of them at this point. Some bigger than others, obviously. Dillian White was a big fight. Winning the IBF title from Charles Martin was a big fight. Beating Vladimir Klitschko in 2017's Fight of the Year was obviously a big fight. I mean, Joseph Parker was a big fight. Carlos Takam was a big fight. So, with that being said, Alexander Povetkin is undoubtedly a big fight. But with that, I think this will be Joshua's most telling fight. We'll learn more than we've ever learned about Joshua, in my opinion, in the Povetkin fight. For the first time ever, the court of public opinion is actually against Joshua a little bit. He's the smiling, sensitive, well-spoken dude, but, for the first time, he's dealing with some negativity. Ticket sales are dwindling, and Eddie Hearn has come out and flat out said the Povetkin fight will not sell out. Like, that's how many tickets they aren't selling. He knows well in advance it won't be a sellout. And this is coming on the heels of 90,000 plus in the same stadium when he fought Klitschko. So yeah, man, those ticket sales are dwindling, and that happens when your Q rating, when you're not as liked as you once were. It's not like Joshua's lost the fight. Hell, one dude went the distance with him without even trying to be aggressive. Wasn't Joshua's fault. Nonetheless, Joshua's ticket sales are dwindling, and Povetkin won't sell out. And it's all because of the Wilder connection, man. This Wilder-Fury fight has stolen some of Joshua's juice. That's just real talk. It's made him a little less relevant. Fact is, the biggest heavyweight fight of 2018 won't even include the motherfucker with 3/4 of the heavyweight titles. Imagine that. You got 3 of the 4 belts, but yet the biggest fight of 2018 in your division won't even consist of you. You'll be a fucking bystander ordering the pay-per-view or whatever. You won't even be in the fight. The pretty girl in your neighborhood, I can promise you, she don't want prettier girls moving into her neighborhood. But that's exactly what Anthony Joshua is dealing with here. He's the pretty girl, and now some fine-ass bitch done just moved in on his block, taking away all his shine. Yeah. People don't like that. The pretty girl scenario, they don't like that. Joshua's back is to the wall here, man. And he'll need to make a statement. He'll need to make an example of Povetkin to shift that pendulum back to positivity, if you know what I mean. And let's put it out there. Winning cures all. Winning cures all, particularly if you win by knockout. But Povetkin, he's going to bring it, man. He's going to bring it. That's what he does. This is gold medalist versus gold medalist. 2012 Olympian versus 2004 Olympian. Povetkin can crack with both hands. He's aggressive. He's a good punishing type fighter, especially from close range. He sets up and places his punches well. I mean, the fact of the matter is you don't win an Olympic gold medal without some boxing acumen, some level of know-how. You just don't. But on the flip side, Povetkin's also 39, and he won't be taking any of the performance-enhancing drugs that he's been busted with using in the past, like when he was scheduled to face Wilder and one or two other fights. He was caught with PEDs in his system. So I want to call out an upset alert, but I'm not. I'm going to pick Anthony Joshua by KO. I mean, you have to. Povetkin won't be like Takam or Parker, though. He won't be passive. He won't be looking to survive, man. Hands will be thrown in spades. And for however long it lasts, I'm expecting another Fight of the Year candidate out of Joshua. Thing about it, though, as we know in boxing, karma is a bitch. And if Joshua ain't careful, if karma purchased a ringside seat for tomorrow's fight, I mean, he could get stopped. It's out there. I've called this from day one a 60-40 fight. 60% chance Joshua wins, 40% chance he loses. And I said a couple months ago, I wouldn't risk all the money Joshua stands to make on a fight that he only has a 60% chance of winning. If we're talking an 80-20 or 70-30 proposition, yeah, I'd risk that and then go ahead and deal with Wilder later. Povetkin's a little more dangerous than that. Again, this will be the most telling fight of Joshua's career to date, in my opinion. We're going to see how he copes with the pressure of having to win just to maintain that A-side status in all Wilder negotiations. We'll see how he copes with not being the dude everybody likes for the first time. And yes, Povetkin will check that chin a time or three also. You best believe it. We'll see how Joshua fares in them chin checks. And above all else, after this fight, assuming Joshua wins, that next fight, Wembley Stadium, April 2019, that next fight has got to be against the Wilder Fury winner. It just has to be. Or at that point, Joshua, Eddie Hearn, Team Joshua, and all parties involved will have officially shat away every single drop of goodwill Joshua has built. And like Humpty Dumpty, it'll be a pretty good chance that could never be put back together again. That's just real talk, man. Anyways, from the home of the three-piece combos, Pugilism Company, this is Reed, BBS, Blackbird Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.